Hello and welcome to the Billowing Hilltop podcast. Happy Twixtmas, is that what it's called? Hello Tween, whatever it is anyway. It's Thursday, in case you were wondering what day of the week it is. I mean, it's not Thursday now, it's Wednesday now that I'm talking to you, but it's Thursday when you're listening to this, as long as you listen to it when it comes out. If you don't listen to it when it comes out, you listen to it on another day, then it's another day. Anyway, I'm getting myself tied up in knots here. Thank you very much for listening throughout the year. All 16 of you, your continued support is much appreciated. If you get the opportunity to rate or review us on your podcast app of choice, that would be the best Christmas present we could ever ask for. And it would help us with the algorithms that put us on search results and stuff in, I don't know, technical things that we don't fully understand, but then we don't really fully understand. And I'm getting myself tied up in knots again. Maybe it's best if we just pushed on. We're on Instagram, by the way, now, at Billowing Hilltop. And you can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Twitter at Billowing Hilltoe, no P at the end because we couldn't afford it. And you can find us at Billowing Hilltop on a Mastodon. And on Tumblr, where you can see maps and character art and so forth. That's all the social media stuff. Email us at hello@billowinghilltop.com. We will stuff your message into Paul's capacious sack for later retrieval. That's it. I hope you have a happy New Year celebration and all of that stuff, and we'll see you in 2023. Otherwise, no news or information, so let's push on with episode 122 of the Billowing Hilltop podcast, Fright Christmas. Hello, everybody. Good evening, everyone.
Hi, Mike.
Good evening.
Merry Christmas. Did you have a good Christmas?
It hasn't happened yet.
No,
Don't
it has.
spoil the magic, Paul.
Don't
I'm
spoil
sorry.
the magic. You'll be telling me that Santa Claus doesn't exist next. Did everybody get what they wanted for Christmas?
It hasn't happened yet.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's not going to work now, Mike. He's giving it away.
Well,
We're very spread out. I'm just looking at the floor
What's very
plan.
spread out?
We are, as a party.
Oh, yeah.
No two of us are in the same room.
We hope you had a nice Christmas anyway. So obviously the others don't want to engage with it, but I'm trying to be nice and wish you and hope that you had a nice Christmas.
I really hope everybody has a really good Christmas and a bit of a break.
Mm.
But it's the
next
5th.
year you're talking about.
No, this year it's the 5th.
Anyway,
of December.
let's push it. That Paul. That's enough. Yeah. Paul doesn't really understand Christmas because obviously he's not,
I'm in a
person in the
box.
strictest sense of the word. He's more of an object. Right. I've been looking at the rules because Dan had a brilliant idea last week about readying a spell where he could cast a spell outside the silent spell and then going into the silent spell and releasing the spell. Do you remember that discussion?
Yes.
I thought, I might as well
You
glance.
didn't need to do that, Mike. You didn't need to do that.
I might as well glance at the rules just to see how they cover that, because you'd have thought, is it right? And I've got good news. I've got good news. I've got some good news.
Good news
I've got
is
some bad news. The good news is you're fine with that. So far as I can tell, it just says release the energy, blah, blah, blah. Yep.
Right.
The bad news. It's quite funny bad news because we've just been playing it wrong from the beginning.
Yeah.
It requires concentration. I'm sorry.
What requires concentration?
Holding a spell as part of a readied action.
Yeah, we know that.
Any concentration spells that you've got cast drop whilst exactly. For example, the silent spell when Sessions readied a
Toll the Dead.
Yes. For example, when Sessions last week readied a Toll the Dead spell, the silent spell dropped. I mean, it did. That would be cruel, retrospectively cruel. But it's interesting that we've got it that wrong for that long.
Well, we don't often ready spells, do we? That's not a common thing.
No, but
because it's quite punitive.
It's super punitive because it basically means that if you've got something like the silent spell or a wall of force or whatever, you just cannot ready a spell.
Yeah.
Well, you can, but you lose it. Anyway, I thought you'd find that little nugget of rules
what a wheeze.
info interesting. Let's not spend too much time on a recap. If you remember from last week, Allessandra has just slain the gelatinous cube. And as we left things, the green glowing crystal of necronite, whatever we're calling it, has plummeted to the ground without the support of the jelliness surrounding it. Drops to the ground, and I make a saving throw for the crystal. And the crystal drops to the ground and shatters, and a wave of green energy bursts forth from the crystal. Now we're in interesting territory. The wave, the tsunami of anti-necronite sweeps through the complex. It rushes past you, it rushes past Sessions, it rushes past Burple. It spreads through the lobby and it spreads up towards the Greebly. It washes over the Greebly and the Greebly seems to be unaffected. It washes down into the sea of worms, but there are no worms still living, at least none that you can see. So it kind of has no effect. And that was it.
The Greebly's unaffected, but it still has its rod.
The crystal. Yeah, the Greebly seems unaffected.
Maybe it's too far away.
You don't know. Certainly your experience of the effect of smashing these crystals has been that it does diminish in effect the further away it gets from the epicenter. Whether or not that's what's going on or something else, I mean, you...
What about the spindly...
Give me an Arcana check. Sessions, give me an Arcana check. Hey, I mean, you never know.
You never know. It could happen. Here it comes. It's an enormous... 15.
Ooh, 15. You don't think that something's quite right about that, Sessions, although you feel like, yes, the intensity of the wave had significantly diminished by the time that it reached the Greebly. You'd have expected it to do some damage on the Greebly.
Maybe it's an illusion of
That's
the
what I was
Greebly.
wondering.
On we go to Parker on 16.
image.
Parker. If it is the real Parker.
I'm not actually going to do anything at the moment.
I thought you'd like to know I'm feeling very depressed.
Yes, the first million years were the worst.
So I'm just butting in. I'm going to move back to where I was with my dash action. Carry on.
On the dessert trolley.
Yeah.
Bit of afters.
Yep.
Lovely.
Stay where I am for the moment.
Is that it?
Yes, I'm not going to do anything this
Sessions on 11.
Yes.
This thing is standing there looking expectant. Like, why aren't you answering my question? Can you
what
make
were the questions?
another perception check, please, Sessions? As you're studying it. Oh, big number.
I got 22.
You think you caught it trying to affect disinterest in you, but actually it was momentarily captivated, interested in the totem of storms that you, I presume, are wearing around your neck. Or
I
whatever.
suppose I...
You caught it checking out your totem session. Anyway, back to where you were. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, that's freaked me out a bit. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip across the lobby and hide in the corner outside the silent spell, round the corner, facing Parker. So if Parker's south-east, I'm north.
You're top right. Yeah, we've got 4 corners to the lobby. Parker's bottom right, you're top right. Burple's bottom left. Alessandra's heading for top left. Basically anywhere but where it is. Okay, that's on the sweepstake.
Yeah.
You're up in the air?
Up in the air towards the ceiling, yeah.
Okay. Anything else? No afters? No need for the dessert?
No need. I
Done?
think that's enough. I'm already... sorry, could you remind me what its questions were?
No. Out wheels the dessert trolley.
Yeah. What was the question it asked?
The questions. You've had 4
last
questions.
2.
Oh,
Last
God, now the last 2 were...
Has a fragment of the 7 been discovered? And what of the withered hand?
I'm sorry, what was that?
And what of the withered hand?
Just need to do this all night. Yep.
I can do this as long as you like.
I can't. I really can't, actually.
Let's do something at the top of my roof of my mouth.
Joe's a lucky
You know when you haven't eaten for a while and you have a piece of toast and it really,
Ugh.
Right. Anyway, that's what he's...
Why don't you say,
Asked
why would we tell you?
Well, where's this coming from?
It's my mental communication with Sessions on the other side of the silent spell. All right, I'll shut
Right.
up then. All right.
Oh, okay.
These
Mike?
questions are being spoken into your mind.
I will
Into your
mentally
very
think in
mind.
answer to the question, no.
No. Your answer to the question,
I'm not sure which...
has a fragment of the 7 been discovered?
Or-
what
and-
of the withered hand?
or the other one.
Yeah?
What are the withered things? The answer to
Yeah.
both questions
What of the withered? Yes.
is no. Or is it yes?
Okay. Is that what you're saying? The answer...
It's no.
You're saying no and or the withered thing. The answer is no, or is it yes? That's your answer.
No, I'm just going with no.
You're just going with a straight no for both
For
parts.
both parts.
Part 1, part 2 of the question. You're saying no.
No.
You hear...
Oh. That's disappointing.
Okay, fine. No, your answer is registered. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time. Anything else? That's it? You're done?
So what do we think?
Well, Graham, why did you lie about the rod of the 7 parts?
Well, why would we tell it what we know? Now it has to work out whether or not we're telling the truth.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's not friendly.
It's not friendly, clearly. Or we could say actually all of the parts have been found. And the withered hand.
Yes, I have one right here.
Yes.
Well, one thing I was tempted to think was, yes, Uncle Buggy has it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
And he's got a withered hand.
But he might actually have it.
Yeah.
Because doesn't he have the bag of holding?
He does, but the rod was given to...
Yes, I know the rod, but we may have picked up something else that we don't realise.
Oh, I see.
Oh, you mean that Uncle Buggy has thefted something?
Or just something that we've picked up and think is innocuous might be the thing that's being referred to.
The withered hand?
Well, we scoop up all sorts of shit and stick it in the bag of holding when we don't know what to do with it.
This is true.
I don't think we've had anything to do with the withered hand, but
I've
who
got-
knows?
In my notes, I've got lots of things that we've picked up.
Tonight's beer, Paul,
Yeah.
by the way, is Happy from
Happy.
Cloudwater.
Oh, nice.
Happy. Low alcohol, citrusy, hazy, pale ale.
Oh,
Monday night beer.
they all taste the same these days.
It's it's very nice. Right, it's Nasties of Kios time. Well, you don't hear anything, of course, because of the silent spell. So things occur.
I'm annoyed about that,
Yep.
Crystal.
Yeah, that's a pig, isn't it? Oh well. Last time I think I rolled some big number for the saving throw when you destroyed the last G cube.
Mm.
But this
I
time,
mean, I think there's an argument to say why.
the blue dice of saves rolled a 3.
Why would it? I'm convinced it would smash unless it was incredibly fragile.
Certainly your experience with the crystal so far has been that just letting go of it, letting it fall onto the ground, has shattered it.
Mm.
That is in fact how you deployed it last time.
Oh.
And the last time you slew the gelatinous cube,
Mm-hmm.
we determined that the dissolution of the cube was sufficiently gentle so that the crystal was lowered to the ground. But this time
Like a water balloon.
the saving throw was a 3, so it just fell to the ground, and it was 5-6 foot up in the air.
I'd like to think that it was actually Alessandra's arrow with a natural 20. That pierced it.
If that's how you wish it to be,
Yeah.
why not?
Why not?
Well, stuff
That's your
happens
fault.
out in the outside world,
Okay.
but you hear nothing, so we move on to Burple on 9.
Anyone wounded?
No.
Yes.
Who's
I
wounded?
guess Parker's definitely wounded. Sessions is quite wounded.
Yeah.
Well, Session.
This sign language is
I'm
getting
on 47 hit points.
more and more
I
sophisticated
will
with every
cast.
Oh yeah.
round.
Do I have anything running? Fairy Fire I don't need anymore, so I will cast a first level Cure Wounds, and I will move
Mhm.
up to Parker and release
And-
said spell,
Yes.
curing 1d8 plus 3. Do you want
Yep.
to do it,
Cool.
Lucas, or shall I?
Lucas.
On a jet
Lucas.
plane,
No, you better do it, Dan.
curing 6 points of damage.
Thank you very much.
And then I will move north and take
Mhm.
a peek round into the Temple of the Fountain,
Yeah.
back behind
Gone.
us.
Nothing there.
Okay.
Nothing there. I mean, the fountain's there. The temple is there. The Temple of the Fountain.
I will, and nothing behind us.
Looking the other way. What's your dark vision? 60? No, not in the chamber with the dead bodies, the beeb dobies. And you can't really see much further than that.
I will move back. So
Anyway,
reminder, Mike,
Purple,
I
that's it
have
for purple.
see invisibility still running,
Yeah, so you can see onto the ethereal plane,
and I can see invisible things.
and you can see invisible things. But you can't see beyond the range of your vision, right?
No.
You can see invisible things, but you can't see non-visible things.
Yeah.
So you can't see anything. Everything seems to be quiet and empty.
Yeah.
Uncle Buggy on
I
7,
will
Johnny,
hand
I'll see you in the
signal
brew
that
cupboard.
to the others.
Okay.
Right. You just see Burple randomly,
Saying us or
Signalling.
nothing. So maybe we get rid of the silence. And
I was
then
thinking
we
maybe
go
the
for
silence and have a look into that fountain.
I'm going.
Yeah.
My next action is to go into the Temple of the Fountain.
Fountain room has a funny effect on it.
It's a thirst thing. I don't know if you feel compelled to drink from the fountain and then something nasty happens. But
But
it's
it's
also
supposed to be benevolent.
got benevolent blue light. So I think I'm going to scout ahead, if that's all right with you guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's all round, isn't it?
All right, when I get back.
Anyway, that was that. So, Allessandra on 20, what you doing, Allessandra?
Well, Alessandra's going to kind of look at the others and signal for them to stay where they are, not to follow. And she's going to fly eastbound towards the
Eastbound, Victoria Line
Yeah.
service.
2 stops to the Temple of the Fountain. Well, actually, Temple's on the Circle Line, isn't it? And she's got enough movement to get into the temple room, but she's going to just...
Okay, first things first.
Yes.
Before, when you have been approaching this chamber, because you're the only one who has
Thirst.
you felt yet no sense of thirst now.
I see. Okay. Well, she's flying kind of high up, and she's going to get...
Mm-hmm. No other way to do it. Yep.
She's going to abreast the doors.
The doors are open. Yep. You're going to gently breast the...
And then she's going to peek her head through and take a look, looking left and right. So effectively looking north and south.
Yep.
She's got 60 foot dark vision.
Yes.
Well, explain what I can see.
I'm going
Do
to
your
explain what
job.
you can see. My job is to somehow keep my head
Blah,
together.
blah.
Keep it together.
Blah.
The chamber,
Yep.
Allessandra, is lined with the trappings of religious ceremony in homage to Kios, the worm god. But in place of an altar stands a beautiful, if disturbing, fountain carved from black marble. You can hear the gentle trickle of water into the fountain, and the blue radiance that washes over the room. Now you're near enough. It's that swimming pool light.
Yes.
Yeah? It's a beautiful radiance that seems to be emitting from the fountain, and refracting, shimmering patterns are running across the ceiling. Yeah, all of that business.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about. That's what you get. That's what you
But
get.
I'm poking my head in, so I'm looking north and south.
Yeah, left, right. That's where you can get trappings of thingy, blah, blah, blah. That's it.
There's nothing in
I
there.
just gave you the description. I think it just means that the walls are carved with Kiosy stuff. Maybe our favourite black and green tiles used to form some depictions of nastiness. And then there is this fountain,
Okay, so I'm going gently into the room.
and nothing happens.
What did the beholder say?
You want to
Anyone
find
remember?
some artwork?
Yeah, 3 bits of artwork.
No obvious ways out or in.
No,
No exits, entrances, nothing.
Just a fountain.
Reassuring, refreshing trickle of water
Yes, yeah, I know, Mike. What we want to do is go and have a drink.
into the beautiful crystal.
Shall I go and have a drink?
God, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to go and have a
I
drink.
mean, it does seem it's very attractive.
Yeah, all right. So I'm going to do a move action, do a dash action, and then I'm going to take an action to...
Well, I mean, you feel like drinking from the fountain
Yeah.
is just instantly you realise as you get to the fountain that is a good idea.
Well, I'll do it then.
You just,
Yeah.
there's
No.
there's a, you feel a kind of,
Ooh,
the thirst,
gonna be lovely.
it's going to be lovely.
really lovely.
Thirst revisits you
Oh,
as you
refreshing.
approach.
Cold, clear, crisp.
Yes,
Like that first pint at the end of a day. Long, hard day.
first pint refreshment.
Yeah. Long day. Pint of neck oil.
First pint refreshment.
I'm thinking about it now. Cold, crisp.
That first couple of inches.
Yeah.
Allessandra knows all about the first couple of inches and how important. So, the others, the rest of you, Burple, you're tucked round the corner. You're not looking, are you?
Well, I can be peeking around the corner. I haven't had an
Could be,
action.
but you weren't, were you?
Well, I sidled back. No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you sidled back. Okay, no, it's just that just make sure that there's not, too much metagaming at this point. I'm just going to describe what happens when Allessandra drinks from the fountain, and we want to make sure.
I mean, do you want to go into the broom cupboard, Mike?
You know what? Let us go into the broom cupboard.
Okay.
It's a perfect opportunity to do
I'll
so.
see you in the broom cupboard.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, not again.
Is Paul not enjoying Alessandra or something? Seems a bit suicidal to run up away from the party and drink from a slightly dodgy.
He's a super possessed character.
Yeah.
Oh, he rolled
Natural one. For his
Who rolled
constitution
that?
save.
Oh, who's that?
Oops.
That's Alessandra.
And a 12.
That
That's
was
the
an
plus the
dice.
watch the alt dice
That's
count.
the old dice. Wait for D8.
1d8.
Maybe you get on a 12.
Yeah, it's true. It was a
No, there it is.
there you go.
There it is.
Brilliant. Love it. Love it.
Dead. Not forgotten. So they'll be
Have you got
back soon,
another
I
alt
think.
dice? Oh, you can only use one on a roll.
Yeah. That's a
that'll
14.
be
Is that enough?
14.
Not.
Yeah, it could be. DC 13.
Might be, might not.
Be quite close, I think.
Yeah.
Or not.
What was he thinking?
I don't know.
And then there were 3. It's a bit like Willy Wonka, isn't it? It's just
Yeah.
like gradually people disappear.
Did you know?
So what was
that
the DC of the save?
Charlie and it's Charlie and the Chocolate
Or
Factory,
use
right?
your alt
Yeah.
dice?
It's Johnny and the Chocolate
No,
Factory. What was the DC? Did he fail on a 14?
No, but it's not. You hate the fact that I'm not answering your
Yeah.
question, but
Yeah,
I am
it's a
deliberately
deliberate distraction.
changing the subject to annoy you. It's called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate.
That's right.
That's the one with
Depends which one,
what's his
isn't
name?
it?
Gene
Gene
Wilder.
Wilder. Yes, I knew that.
Well, I didn't know
Well,
that, so I
that's
was.
you being, not very clever.
Yeah. Now, the rest of you, Burple, Sessions, Parker, you are seized by a vision. Whether or not Allessandra is also seized by this vision, you do not know.
Everybody having
The
visions.
immediate surroundings waver and fade, replaced by a bird's eye view of the city of Kuluth Mar at its height. The streets are empty, as the thousands of citizens seem to have gathered in a mass in the central plaza, surrounding the spire of long shadows. Suddenly, a foul energy wells from the spire at the center of the city, sweeping outward and felling the living as it passes. For each creature that falls, you feel a silent but potent sense of wrongness, as some indescribable part of the creature, perhaps its soul, is drawn back towards the spire of long shadows to be absorbed by the strange black monolith of stone balanced at its peak. As the energy builds around the peak, a shimmering image of a colossal humanoid figure, its body composed of 1,000,000 writhing worms, takes form around the spire of long shadows, its arms raised in triumph. Yet, in another moment, that triumphant pose seems to change to one of rage, and a soul-wrenching cry of fury tears from the undulant face. The image shrinks, pulled into the stone monolith at the spire's peak, imploding with a horrific wet burst. In an instant, the city is quiet again, yet as the vision fades, the first signs of unlife spread through the thousands of dead bodies strewn around the ziggurat's base, as bodies, now festering with green worms, rise from death. And you're back in the room.
Okay.
That's what suddenly happens then. Parker on 16. Oh, we're having fun now. I love this silent spell.
Why was
I
there
think-
supposed to be sound or something?
Just means that you'd have no idea what's going on most of the time.
I think
Well, that's no
curiosity is
change there
getting the
with-
better of me.
That's our normal
and I'm
state.
going to...
That's true. Good point.
Gives us an excuse to not know what's going on.
Curiosity gets the better of me, and I move to the centre of the lobby and stare
And you
down
see-
towards the fountain to see what's happened to Allessandra.
To see Allessandra
Yeah.
in a state of some distress. She seems to be spasming somehow. She seems to be retching, shuddering, struggling to stay on her feet.
Shudder.
As some kind of catastrophic effect has gripped her.
How many? 1, 2, 3. How many squares am I? 3. Yes, okay, I can move. I will continue moving up to her,
Yes.
and I will do a Cure Wounds.
When you get to her,
Yes.
can you give me a saving throw?
What kind?
A nice one.
A
Constitution
Can
saving.
you give me a wisdom save, please? DC 15.
Is a yes, 23.
Momentarily,
Yeah.
Parker, you are seized by a desire, an overwhelming thirst.
Yes.
A desire to drink from the fountain. You shake it off. Let me just check something. Yeah. You feel a kind of overwhelming desire to drink from the fountain, but you overcome it. Unless you want to drink from the fountain.
No, a sense of understanding comes over me.
Okay, well, whatever. And Allessandra is in a state of some distress. I don't know what to say.
So,
I think Allessandra can speak.
She's just gonna say one word. Worms.
Is that all you want to say?
do I see any worms on
Well, I mean, Sessions can't contribute, obviously, to this discussion.
Oh, it's an
Do
illusion.
I
Is
see
it?
any worms?
Drunk
Yeah.
worms.
Oh
So-
dear.
Can you cure disease, Graham?
Oh, dear.
So a cure wounds isn't really going to help, is it? I think.
Do you want to try?
Have we established that cure wounds don't help the worm? Help kill
I
the
think
worm?
they have worked in the past, actually.
Yeah. Well, I will do a cure wounds.
Yeah. The cure wounds you feel when the worms that you've got on you that have kind of burrowed into you from the
Yeah.
worm touched, whatever they're called. What are they called? Not worm spawn. Anyway, those things.
Spawn. Yes.
It has helped, I think, but
Right. 6 points.
Bad news, I'm afraid.
Oh dear.
does not help. You can have the 6 points, Allessandra,
I didn't take any damage.
but you still feel infested by wiggly horrors.
Leave me. Go on.
Yeah.
Leave me.
Dear.
Okay.
All right then.
You insist.
My next character's a cleric.
Anything else from you, Parker?
Well, no, that was my action, so...
Thank you
All
for
done.
trying.
Afraid
Sessions on 11. I mean, you don't know. Sessions. Parker ran round the corner. You saw him disappear.
Okay.
You've not heard anything since.
party.
I'm presuming your natural caution would mean you stay where you were.
Well,
that's-
my round, as I had prepared it in my head, was to sit in the corner and cast cure spells on myself, but somehow,
yeah, or slice up a little
cheese. Something somewhere seems to be saying you need to move out of the corner. Okay. Well, I guess I will waft and peer around the corner to see where Parker has gone, and now.
Well, I mean, you can see Parker standing over Allessandra, who seems to be in a state of some distress. You can't hear what they're saying to each other.
Okay, so I will venture.
That's what you can
I
see.
will continue moving to venture outside of the silent spell to see if I can hear what they're saying to one another.
When
I'm going to presume that the
when
conversation is, yeah.
Sessions comes out, I will say, "She drank from the fountain and it's full of worms. It's a trick. Don't come closer,
Okay.
or you'll have to make a saving throw."
Excellent.
I mean, it's basically Tolkien eat your heart out. Yeah?
The dialogue is snappy at this stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it really fucking.
I mean,
eh?
I went to acting
It
school
took
for a
him
reason.
years to write that book. How embarrassing.
So do I have
Loser.
to save Alessandra?
No, just leave her.
Can you do cured?
Dan gets his
This is-
revenge.
This is a decision
Dan gets his
that
ultimate
Sessions
revenge.
has to come to by himself.
Well, just because I want to show how powerful I am.
Ooh,
My better
okay.
spells.
Can you move, Alessandra, or shall I drag
I
you
think
over?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to. I think I'm just about in range. Takes a little measuring stick out and checks he's within 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to. Yes, I cast heal on
Ooh,
Alessandra.
crikey.
Heal.
That's
Heal.
That's
That's
a
because you've
biggie.
only got a high level
A
spell
surge
left.
of positive
Don't
energy washes
10.
over the creature. It regains 70 hit points. The spell also ends blindness, deafness, and any disease affecting the target. So if it's a disease, yes.
Now.
If it's not a disease, then
You've put me in a difficult position.
Excellent.
it's all I can do. If it's not a disease, then
Okay, I'm gonna
it's a
check.
very
yeah, I'm
expensively
just gonna
burnt 6th level spell.
Just going to check something. I'm going to the 3.5 SRD. There's only one way to adjudicate this, and that way is my way. And it was to channel positive energy into a creature to wipe away injury and afflictions. It immediately ends all the following adverse conditions.
So what's my next character be?
Disease, exhaust, fatigue.
Well,
Also kissed him.
maybe a fighter.
Right.
We don't have any at the moment.
It works. It works. We are running a conversion of a D&D 3.5 adventure.
Yeah.
The description of the effect calls out 2 spells specifically. neither of which is heal. But looking at the description of 3.5 heal, I'm going to say it works. It works. It's of a sufficiently high level, and the heal spell removes diseases. So I'm going to say it works. Allessandra, you are rescued.
Blimey. Thank you, Sessions.
Your opportunity to replace Allessandra with a more interesting character
Wasted.
has been
Denied.
removed. See, I'll get my rubber stamp out. Denied. There
My
are
work is
collective readership who are very bored of Allessandra by now.
They're not bored of Allessandra.
No, they're not. They love her.
They do not.
You don't.
That sounded shit.
What a bitter little man he is.
Isn't he just?
Despite the fact that he is both glowing and golden. Right, let's not tarry
Thank you,
any
Graham.
longer on this. Any afters sessions? Do you require the dessert trolley, or are we done?
No, I think I will. Do I see anything the other way? Or.
You do.
Oh, shit.
When you... Oh, what's your dark vision like?
It's non-existent. I don't have any.
Non-existent. You don't. You see nothing, Sessions. Apart from... You can see the
'Cause
room.
you said
I
it was
think we've
illuminated.
established That there is
Yeah.
there is a holy blue radiance.
Yes.
That we've established. But that is the only light you can see, Sessions. You can't see your hand in front of your face the other way, because the way you were seeing before was through Bugraft's flaming sword.
Or my light spell?
I think... Well,
It's not
we'd have to
concentration.
review the tape. We'd have to review the tape, but I don't think
Okay.
there was a light spell.
Well, I've sort of done everything then. I think I...
You're done, you're done,
I'm
you're done,
done.
you're done, you're done, you're done, you're done, you're done, you're done. On 9, it's the nasties of Chaos. Some stuff happens. You don't know about it.
I can't see anything.
Or see anything, so you have no idea. And we move on to Burple on 9.
Well, Burple is going to...
Purple has dark vision, yeah?
Burple has dark vision.
Maybe have a look around?
I will have a look around. Where do you want me to look, Graham?
Well, I can't see into the sleeping chamber.
Yeah, okay.
With your 60-foot dark vision, you see a shadow dart across the very edge of your dark vision, running north to south. That is from your right to your left, in the chamber that is beyond the chamber that you are in. Right? You've got aperture, chamber, chamber.
Yeah.
Through that second aperture, into the chamber which is mostly shrouded in darkness from you, you saw a fleeting bit of movement. Something is there doing something.
Okay. Well, I'm tempted to do a daylight spell in there.
Yeah.
I think I should be clearer in my description. It was something leaving your field of view.
It says gone south.
Maybe something was lingering, waiting around, and as you've approached, it has fled. Whatever it was, it has darted off to your left.
To my left.
To the south.
To the south.
Off towards where the beetles were coming from. God knows what's down there.
Yeah.
Well, Ort knows what's down there.
I shall do a light... I'll do a light spell.
Where?
I should do the light spell... Just looking up the range of a light spell.
Touch.
Oh yes, it's touch, isn't it? I should do a light spell on a pebble and throw it. I suppose I haven't got an action left to throw it. I've moved. I'll do a light spell.
You got a haste spell, or is that concentration?
I don't have a haste spell running. I had Fairy Fire running, so I don't...
Oh yeah, of
fast
course.
haste. Maybe I did a few sessions back, but...
You did, yeah. That was obviously ended with the fairy fire.
So,
Actually, it was ended when you
basically, I should...
Ready to...
At the end of when the haste spell runs out, I should have a down round.
Well, we've missed that.
It would have happened when I cast the Fairy Fire in that case.
Actually, it would have happened when you readied the... Anyway, let's not unpick
Yes.
the past too much. I don't think it's too much for you to be able to... It's not an attack. I think that's interacting with an object. I think you could skitter a stone with a light spell on it into that far chamber.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
doesn't really reveal anything, but you think that's because you can see that the chamber, it's as you remember it.
Yeah.
Or as you have understood it. You can't see any forms or figures there.
Okay, that's my round.
Bugraft on 7. It's broom cupboard time.
Kind of need to figure out where Buggy is. How to get him back.
You do. Well, you don't necessarily need to.
No, that's true.
He's your
Johnny?
uncle.
True.
She probably would want
So,
to.
did we notice that something happened before Bugraft wandered
He's
off?
asleep, isn't he?
Was there
No, he
some-
didn't. He got
got
zapped
zapped.
by the prismatic spray.
Oh, right.
He's on another
So that
plane.
was the thing that made... Oh, now I get it. Okay.
He's asleep, isn't he?
Johnny.
He didn't join me. Join me in the room. Johnny, it's time for school.
Sorry, yeah.
Let's broom cupboard.
This vision we all had.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It seems like this is them winning kind of vision. This is what it will be like.
Yeah, it could be, or it could be an alternate. This is what happens if we don't stop it.
It's a bit like Marty in the photo in
Or maybe this creature is
Back
projecting
to the Future, isn't it?
its desires. Could be that, couldn't it? Could be that. It's no way of knowing.
Too much for us to figure out.
What's that?
I don't think we've been not paying that amount of attention. I think we've.
It's not like we've not been paying attention, but I don't know.
There are 3 pictures we've got to get. We know about the 4 questions. We know about one of them. We've got a withered hand. I can't remember the other 2.
Part of the 7, which is a rod,
Yeah.
part of the rod of 7 parts. These are sort
It's
of
not like we've
parts
got
of the
the
prophecy.
pinboard and we've been putting up all of the individual bits of evidence that we've collected along the way. It's been, connecting red.
Yeah, if we were to put up all the
Bad
evidence we have and
between
all the
them.
knowledge we have, it still makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
No, I'm
Well, isn't
thinking then
it
it might
prophecy
do if
that
we did,
these
but
things
we
need to
don't.
happen to bring
Yeah.
about the age of words?
Yeah.
Isn't basically that it?
We seem to be
Right.
seeing the kind of thing that
Okay,
happens when
on
the
we
age
go.
of words is upon us.
Buggy is doing whatever Buggy is doing. Allessandra on 20. You are feeling an awful lot better, Allessandra.
Yeah, just getting the hell out of Dodge.
Mm-hmm.
She's reverting to type, so she wants to fly west as fast as she can.
You want to reflect upon... You received the vision as well. Do you want to reflect upon that vision? In fact, we can break into things briefly. Does anybody want to reflect upon the vision that you saw?
I want to reflect upon
Yeah,
the
go on.
I'm
vision.
picking this up now simply
on.
because we're back to...
What does
we're
that,
back
what
to
does that
Allessandra
involve?
and...
What kind of dice roll
Vision-
do we need to make?
Give me a
Arcana,
religion check.
Religion.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
coming right up.
Yeah, I could do that.
17.
That's good.
17. Yeah.
Sessions was not paying attention in school. 3.
Oh dear. Okay. That's
Purple.
not enough.
17.
Sorry, what did Allessandra
Got
get? Or did I
12.
miss that? Well, I'll be honest with you. I think that the conversion document has got the DC wrong. I think 17's enough.
Yeah.
You think, those of you who rolled 17s,
Yes.
that wash of energy that was drawn out of the crowd in the vision was not only the souls of Kios's minions, but also their faith in their king. In other words, the spire was drawing upon their lives and faith in a way that reverses the channeling of divine power from a deity to its cleric.
Right.
So when a cleric calls upon a divine power, it pulls that divine power into themselves and then translates it into magic in the world. It's almost like the reverse of that, channeling that faith, the power of that faith, into a singularity. And that is the monolith at the peak of the spire.
Mm-hmm.
What any creature could do with that much devotional energy, the power of that is potentially staggering. You're looking at something that may be drawing enough power to ascend to godhood. That would be the most obvious
Okay.
inference to draw. And the enormous figure that appeared was Kios. Obviously Kios. Kios in the form that you understand him rather than Kios the man. Not Kios the pre-god. It's Kios the ascended. But somehow, at the end of that vision, it was clear that he was not able to control that apotheosis. And he became trapped within the monolith. That is what that vision has shown.
So we think we're looking at the past.
You know that you're looking at the past. You saw Kuluthmar before it was in ruins, right at the beginning of the vision. All of these visions that have been placed in your minds have seemed to have been from a time when Kuluthmar was intact and thriving.
Okay.
Kuluthmar being the city that you're in.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good.
But we're trying.
Well, imagine if you
We're
went
getting the sort of
Kuluthmar, where?
backstory in visions.
That is precisely,
Yeah.
Graham, what you're getting. That is exactly your sense of what this is all about. Anyway, Allessandra, what do you want to do?
Allessandra, just in exploratory mode, she's going to fly all the way through.
Fly.
All the way through the lobby, through the long sleep, and he's going to look down south.
Past purple.
And now she's looking south into the area that the cube and the beetle were.
Got it.
Save for 1 minute, rushes into danger the next.
Yes, it's just...
Paul is determined to change characters.
Well, I don't know.
You're looking south into a corridor. It runs 40 feet from the southern extremity of the chamber that you're in.
Yeah.
And it branches off to the left after 10 feet. So you're looking south, you've got 10 foot of aperture. It seems to be built out of rooms that are separated by little 10-foot blocks, this complex. Almost as if it was built to let us cubes to sit inside.
Okay.
And past that 10-foot aperture, you've got about 30 feet of corridor and a single standard dungeon door. The door is open, and behind the door, you can see a room. The room is a bit of a mess. Let me describe it to you. You can only see a certain amount of the room, right? You're looking down a 10-foot corridor, so your vision is restricted by that aperture, as it were. But you can see that the chamber past that, it may open out. Tattered books, nests of tattered books, random bits of fabric, refuse, scattered around the chamber. There are little tables and constructions that they look rough-hewn and built like they're part of something. It looks like a garage or a den or a workshop or something. It looks like something has been busily building or making stuff in there and sort of throwing aside the stuff it doesn't need and maybe grabbing stuff from elsewhere and hoarding stuff. It's like a junk shop madman's garage. It's like Rhubarb's shed.
It's Johnny's house.
Sounds like my workshop.
It's like Johnny's house when he's tidied up. Yeah.
It's like his bedroom.
It's like Johnny's... Yeah, it's like Johnny's bedroom. And at the far end of the chamber, Allessandra, almost at the extremity of your dark vision, you can see a weird... I don't know, is it an apparatus? Some sort of construction? There seem to be all sorts of abandoned machines, constructions in this chamber. This seems to be operating or alive or doing something. It seems to be hosting a sort of an area of deep darkness, swirling, deep, disturbing darkness that makes you feel unsettled and disoriented as you see it. That's what you can see. And you can see a thing. Do you know what you can see, Allessandra?
Tell me.
Do you remember the Naga, Sandra?
I was just
The
wondering
Naga
what that
from
was.
before.
Is that what we see? The
Well, now
Naga?
you found it.
The word
As
Naga.
you spin round that corner and look south down that corridor and look into that chamber, fleeing from you, scuttling furtively away from you, is the Naga. You catch it. Just as it's zipping through the doorway, it turns to you. It says, "Why did you have to destroy the crystal?" And it raises its hand high, brings forth a bolt of energy, and we will find out
Bolt of energy.
whether or not you survive that bolt of energy.
Okay.
What does the Naga know? What does the Naga not know? When we pick things up next week.
Nice. Thank you, Mike.
You're doomed. Happy New Year, readers.
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. The Spire of Long Shadows and Age of Worms are copyright Paizo. The Spire of Long Shadows was written by Jesse Decker. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening.